Good morning. How are you doing, all you fine, fine people? It is a beautiful Wednesday. Yeah, it's a Wednesday. Isn't that great? Beautiful Wednesday day. Oh my gosh. Look at this. Good to see you, Rabbit. Oh my. Rabbit, 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 rabbit. You you are surviving a little bit more cold than I am willing to deal with. I'm glad to see you. Really. Glad to see you're doing well. Eris, good to see you. Farrell. And of course, we've got the that's all that said hello this morning, but hey, that's fine. Take your time, take a load off, grab your coffee, and you got your morning whiz right here. Is it a cold? It's a cold of a happy hump day. Yes, happy. Yeah, it is a hump day. I always forget Wednesday. They call it hump day because you're getting over that hump, or that you just get up in the morning and hump. That's what I did to my wife this morning. No, I didn't. I didn't like have sex. I just humped her. That's all. No, I usually bring my wife coffee in the morning. I make some coffee, roll in there. She gets all set up, and I hand her coffee, and she's excited. And this morning she didn't want to wake up. I wonder why. It might have been because she was a little chilly. But hey, it was the dogs. They were very happy. They were happy. They enjoyed their brisk morning walk outside. Oh, they hate it. They really hate it. You could tell that they hate it so much because they come running back in. They're just like, all right, time to warm up the little feetsies. Time to warm up the little feet. Oh, it's early as fuck. I'm not used to using brain cells this early. You don't have to worry about using brain cells. That's why I'm here. I I'd have no brain cells to offer. Um, but that's how I am. I don't offer any brain cells. I'm weird like that. Oh my. So I saw this little thing, you know, it's hilarious whenever you find some of the stuff that you're doing becomes like some of the top trending news. And I'll show you. Share the screen. See, I don't use my brain cells this morning either. Just so you know. Hey, Judge Maddie, good to see you. Just good to see you. Yeah, everybody hates this guy. That's not what I'm talking about. Yeah, cute enough not to need brain cells. See. So, and I'm not talking about the about the bill or whatever. I'm talking about what they say down here in the little cryon. But listen to them while it's going on. So down the little cryon, it says AI can help make the healthcare system more effective. How's that? Because it can only do what you tell it to do. So which means that maybe we can get rid of some healthcare workers and cut down on healthcare costs. That's a pretty good idea. I like that one. I like that one.
We make sure that for all these vaccines, that there's enough capacity.
Look at that. See, ChatGPT will aid with immense productivity gains in the next 5 years. I know that AI has made me very productive. Oh yeah, Eris. Eris. It was fun being on her panel last night. I was whenever after I left, I went over and did a little bit of trivia. I just didn't have the bandwidth for a whole lot of politics last night, and I'm glad I didn't because it looked like a little bit later on, Bobby got in a heated discussion with TBR, and I think before I went to bed, I noticed that Traveling Fools got Gutter's Pub her mic up and running a little bit, which was good. It was good. So I love seeing other creators help other creators out. It's always good. And there was no hard feelings with Bobby and TBR. That's the way they roll some days. But
That there's competition, so the prices keep going down. And we will have new vaccines. We'll have a TB vaccine.
TB vaccine. Wow. For tuberculosis, I thought we already had that. I thought we got TB shots already.
Malaria vaccine.
I'm pretty sure that iodine is one of those that they use to cut back on malaria, but okay.
HIV vaccine, and even the
Wait, did he just say what I thought he said?
malaria vaccine, HIV vaccine.
And he said an HIV vaccine, huh? Hmm, that's weird. Yeah, the Bill Gates is the devil's henchman. Yeah.
And even the things like COVID vaccines, we need to make them have longer duration.
Well, then it wouldn't really be a vaccine, would it? It would just be a booster of sorts. But hey, I don't know anything about vaccines. I'm no doctor, but sort of like I feel like Forrest Gump sometimes. It's like I'm not a smart man, but I can tell when somebody's bullshitting me.
More coverage, and we're going to change instead of using a needle to use a little patch.
Oh, so we're going to find different ways of injecting you without injecting you. Sounds a little fishy. I'm wondering who is it that makes the who is it that makes the nicotine patch? No, think about this. Who makes a nicotine patch? You know, just listen. Who makes a nicotine patch? It's a Kaiser Permanente. Okay. Now I vape. Okay. There's no denying it. I hit the vape. Believe me. See, I hit the vape. All right. There was a study that came out not too long ago. This is what got my wife all worked up because this is horrible. This is disgusting. I was just like, yeah, well, it sure beats me, smelling like a burned out ashtray all the time. So I quit smoking and switched over to just doing vape. I have done the nicotine patch. It did nothing for me but give me really fucked up dreams. And right, Maddie, no one talks about that other than MSN. So I found that after doing a little research, there was this college that I think it was like New England School of Health or some crap like that, like this very well known college that they have do all these studies and they receive all these grants, and they did a study on on nicotine or the vapes, and they found that they were putting off formaldehyde, chemicals, and little particles of metal and iron and all this kind of stuff that would just like the amount of it was just it could actually kill you. So I did a little research on it and found out that they were funded by Kaiser Permanente, which makes the nicotine patch. They also make a bunch of other things. They're like to stop you from smoking, to help you quit smoking. And so they I looked at their research and what they were running. They were running their vapes. These things right here, they heat up, and what it does is it heats up the chemicals in it, and it whenever it vapes, it actually comes out colder than it's really weird because if it's like it cools it down. It's almost like blowing your breath out in the cold. And they were running these things at like the hottest they can possibly run them, which any human being, if they inhaled that, you would feel it. I've accidentally cranked my thing up, like it'll be in my pocket and it'll turn it up, and you hit it and it burns your throat. It feels like someone set it on fire. There's no way that someone could sustain doing that over long periods of time, but they were holding that thing down and burning up the coils, which if you start a fire, it's going to pretty much do the same. It's like lighting your face on fire. It hurts. Don't do it. I recommend. And stay away from nicotine. It's bad and horrible stuff. I need more coffee. You're sounding like Peanuts teacher at the moment. Well, I might grab some more coffee too. But yeah, so that being said, I have very little faith when they start telling me all of these studies that they did, and who's funding them. If you track back who's doing this funding, it gets a little sketchy, especially whenever you got Davos 2024. Rich countries should be more generous with budgets, allocate more resources for health. Sounds suspicious to me.
So the pandemic really highlighted that we've been underinvested in those innovations. And
No, no, not at all. I don't think we have been. I mean, if people think we've been underspending in those areas, we spend billions upon trillions of dollars doing things. Oh yeah, I love that. Learn how to sexually harass your coworker. You think it's what the computer said this course was about? That is what it says. That is what it says. It's telling you how to harass your employees um, without spending too much time thinking about it. It's a wonderful trick.
And our partners in India are part of how we're going to.
Ah, so they've got some. It sounds to me like they've got some suckers in India that they want to shoot with all kinds of drugs. Isn't that wonderful? There's a reason why whenever we came over to the United States and started giving, we were trying to help the poor, horrible, horrible Indians, what some people call Native Americans or American Indians. I don't know, Indians. The people that were here before we were, that were didn't have any sort of immune system to a lot of the population in these European countries. And so being all nice like we are, it's like, looks like you're cold. Here's some blankets, and give them blankets, and just happen to pass on a lot of the diseases we have, whether it was on purpose or not, doesn't matter. I'm always a little hesitant about getting a little bit of you know stuff to other countries that doesn't necessarily work in every country or every culture. Weird how that works. Different diseases, different countries. We're just one big cesspool of stupidity.
Get these breakthrough products done. We make sure that for all these vaccines.
Oh yeah, we've already heard that, so we don't have to hear him anymore because I don't like listening to Bill. Bill is a moron. I mean, he's pretty bright businessman, but he's a sick little bastard that's been found to be hanging out on a little Epstein Island. Yeah, gotta love that guy. Ugh. I mean, what else would you do without him? But I've got this cool little 3-minute video that I'm going to let you watch. And now I just want to put it into context here that this particular video, as triggering as it might be, which I will say it is probably very triggering to a lot of people, and they may not quite get it. You have to understand that this video is about 3 years old, something like that. So it is not new, but it sort of rings true currently. And while it's playing, I'm going to go grab another cup of coffee because that's what I need is some coffee this morning. So give me just a second and I will bring this up for you and you get to watch. I'm so happy. You get to watch the idiocy of watching. Whenever I saw this, I laughed really hard because them trying to explain things away is so funny. You'll enjoy this. So here we go. Oh, that wrong button. Haha.
So do you take into account the fact that on average a male full-time employee works longer hours than a female full-time employee?
Not directly, no.
You don't?
But we annualise the part-time hours and those that have worked full-time but for part of the year. So that way, because at the moment, what I can tell you is women work part-time at 3 times the rate of men. So by annualising it, we are looking at a more realistic.
So you base it on annual salary?
Yeah.
What about if you did it on an hourly rate? What would be the gender hourly pay gap?
Well, we don't have that data, Senator.
You don't have that data?
No, because we ask for annualised salaries and from our employers when they report their data in.
Okay, so if a woman was working fewer hours but earning the same rate per hour as a man doing the same job, would that show up as a gender pay gap?
Curious question. Would it end up as a It's a gender pay gap. I love hearing this guy talk. He's hilarious. She's done it on stream. Just need to see some of my skills need updating or not. Mm-hmm. I don't know, Baldo. Your skills as a misogynist, again, racist, and all that, istic stuff confounds us, because I mean, none of us can achieve your level of hatred towards other people. I'm just kidding, Baldo. You know that's not true. Yeah, these guys. Yeah, 3 years ago, this is what they were talking about, and it hasn't changed. But this is how people think.
But well, then in that case, you are looking at hourly rates.
The frustration.
Janine Budov, Research and Analytics Executive Manager. So we do not collect the real hours that an employee might have worked. So what?
Wow. So you don't collect the real hours that employee may have worked. We just average it out over the year. Like they were part-time employees. They didn't show up all the time. They were halfway there, foot out the door. They might have been raising kids, all the wonderful things that, women do, which we appreciate so much. Yeah, don't be fooled by this gender pay gap. Be very careful what you wish for, because you might just get it. Because if they're saying, hey, women aren't getting paid the same amount as men, well, maybe men will just start doing the same thing that women do and just start working part-time and not showing up, not paying bills, not worry about their taking care of their kids. They'll do the same thing. Oh, hey, Rabbit, you go do some chores and defrost. Won't get warmed up, stay bundled up. Be careful. Be careful, very careful.
What we do collect is the hours that are specified in a contract, and that is provided by organizations to us. If that makes sense.
So we only collect what we want to collect. We only analyze what we want to analyze. We don't do it impartially. Oh, that makes no sense. Why would you do that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I mean, if you do you annualize it on the assumption that men and women are working the same number of hours, or is it actual earnings?
Good question. Sounds to me that it's actual earnings that they're going it by. So I can make any poll look the way that I want it to. You just rub it the correct way. Just kidding.
It's actual earnings, and we are unable to.
Oh, doesn't that suck? Whenever you really draw down on it, it's actual earnings. And women aren't earning as much as men because they're not working as much as men. It's just not a big deal. I mean, it's fine, but don't lie about it. Minimum wage here in the US is the same no matter what color, no matter what gender, no matter what. That's what the minimum wage is. Doesn't change. I hate the minimum wage. I think it should be destroyed. But hey, that's just me. I am feeding the sick cat. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Eris.
We don't have the data to distinguish or to then adjust for hours, because we cannot collect the real hours that employees are worked.
No, they can't collect real hours on the women that work, which really sucks, because men, if you're working, 60, 70, 80 hours a week, because you don't have to worry about, feeding the kids or, feeding your spouse or things like that, you tend to work less. Now, see, it's opposite with my wife and I. She works many more hours than I do, or billable hours, I should say. But hey, she makes really good money. She's driven like that. And there's only so much that I can do for her. I try to take the load off as much as I can. That's right. Keep calling you all the istophobes. You're almost finished. All right. Asta. Let's see. There's the homophobes, the germaphobes. there's a whole bunch of phobias out there. It's really weird. Like arachnophobe, you dirty arachnophobe. You.
So
Hey, how's it going, Falfa? Good to see you. What's that? Oh no. Yeah, Kitty. We want the kitty feeling better. Yeah.
it's not possible to tell whether any or some of the gender pay gap is just simply attributable to a different number of hours worked. Is that right?
I like the guy's little phone thing. It goes deet, 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 deet. It's like the what is it? The little telegram used to come across, like breaking news. Deet, 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 deet.
It depends on whether we're looking at hours that are in contract.
Okay, so there's a difference between hours that are in contract and hours that you're working. Keep going. You're almost done. You're so wrong, Baldo. You matriarchal whore bag of a gag.
Or whether we're looking at hours that employees worked as overtime.
Why is it
Overtime.
you don't look at hours worked? You don't collect it, but the ABS does. It's available.
Oh wow, isn't that amazing?
The ABS
The ABS collects the data that they could use because they don't like what it says because it destroys their narrative.
does
Yeah.
does a survey. Yes.
Every 2 years.
Yes.
But again, as I say, we collect census data, that is survey data. And the other thing I would say at this stage, Senator, is just because somebody might be sitting at their desk for 12 hours a day doesn't mean you're getting 12 hours of productivity out of them. And
Oh, so you're saying that women are lazy. That's what it sounds like she's saying to me. That, you may not be, just because that woman is sitting at her desk at 12 hours a day doesn't mean that she's actually working 12 hours a day. Okay, I got it. So if you turn the script around on them, it really destroys their narrative. Well, heading to the barn. Be careful, Rabbit. Be very, very careful. Australian Bureau of Statistics. Yes, ABS. Australian Bureau of Statistics. They have all this information. But I mean, if you pull up and you do gender pay gap Australia, the amount of news articles that come up and tell you how women are unfairly treated. They're making 77 cents for every dollar that every man is making, and that's their narrative. And they'll keep that going on, and people in the dark as much as possible.
it doesn't mean that.
Oh, and the fun part is if you look at all these heifers up here on the stage, they're making more than most men. They're making in the hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, and yeah, it's a good talking point for them. Hey, Lexi, happy morning. Good seeing you. It is frigid cold unless you're in Australia. Then it's like nice and toasty.
That they're working in essence any harder that someone that may sit at their desk for 8 hours.
Yeah, that's the silliness of these people. I love it. I love it whenever they say things like this. Well, speaking of Australia, but not. So we're going to mix a little bit of Australia and Alabama together. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool whenever you can mix these two. Does anybody know where this is going? Well, it seems that a certain little emu escaped. Where did it escape? Well, you would think Australia. Emus are Australia. They were these violent creatures that almost took down an entire country. Horrible creatures. Well, they got one in Alabama. And this particular one in Alabama named Esmeralda escaped from her Alabama home for a third time, was spotted running loose around town before returning home on her own. Maybe because the little bitch got hungry. I am saying, be careful of Esmeralda. She had a domestic dispute involving her sister, resulting in Esmeralda making a swift exit from her own Jemison home. Sue Sanford, owner of the emu, and her sister Ursula, said Esmeralda is the friendlier bird of the pair, but also more adventurous. Esmeralda previously escaped a few years ago and became a local celebrity when she escaped for a second time in December. It's cold in Alabama in December. 100,000% dinosaurs. Hey, Texas Jen, good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, don't ever let emus in Alabama because they will just run around chasing their sister. So they're happy to report that Esmeralda has returned home and hopefully reconcile her differences with her sister, the evil little bitch. Why is she giving such a hard time to Ursula? I mean, find your peace and serenity and stop running about in town like a cheap little piece of meat. City said in an update to its Facebook post, after reflecting on her actions while she was on the run, she decided that she should remain with her sister in the flock together. I don't know. Would emus be a flock or a herd? I mean, they are on two legs, although they are a big bird and slightly creepy looking, but hey, they got the neck going on. Sanford said she and her animals are moving to a more spacious property in Plantersville soon, and Esmeralda will be kept secure until she is transported to her new home. Or just a meatpacking plant, one of the two. You welcome your new emu overlords. Yeah, a murder like the crows. That's what I'm wondering. I don't know if it would be a flock or a murder. Could you imagine if they started just calling it a murder of emus? Don't let the emus murder you. It's horrible. Okay, we'll go to some real Australian news. Okay, this is funny. So, Australian woman wins world's ugliest lawn competition. Isn't that great? Like, how would you like to be known for that? January 11th, an Australian woman's bandicoot ravaged yard was dubbed the winner of the first ever. When the hell is bandicoot? Oh, bandicoot ravaged yard. World ugliest lawn. She was named of it. The contest was ordered by the town of Gotland, Sweden. But why is it giving me all? Okay, so she's in Australia living in Sweden. So she's in Tasmania. Okay. I am so confused because okay. So it's an Australian woman living in Tasmania and the contest, which was organized in Sweden. Okay. No emus. Yeah, emus, you can take those down really quick. It's called a 50 caliber. And you just, especially if you have a whole murder of them, you just unload and you can feed the homeless for months. Gotland started a contest 2 years ago to encourage locals to conserve water amid near disastrous drought in the town. And this year, the contest went global with lawns in the United States, Canada, Britain, Germany, France, and Croatia competing for unaesthetic honors. Murray's lawn featured sparse patches of yellow grass, shriveled plants, and dried divots caused by local bandicoots. What the fuck is a bandicoot? Now I'm curious. So I gotta do a search for bandicoots. Oh, aren't those cute little fellas? Here's a bandicoot. This here. I'll find an image of a bandicoot. Where is it? Images. There we go. We'll find a cute little bandicoot. It looks like like a shrew or a weird sort of kangaroo mouse. It's so weird. Let me show you what a bandicoot looks like. So here's a bandicoot right here. This is a bandicoot. Look, it's got sonar for ears. It's got a little cute little mole nose. It looks like a rat, but a kangaroo with a weird tail. I wonder if they hop, like what do they do? See, cute. Oh, look at that fat little creature. So apparently it tears up yards and stuff like that. Bandicoot. And see, look. Oh, look at that little thing. It'll screw up your lawn. It's a mini kangaroo. It's 9 inches. Oh, it's 9 degrees. I thought you were saying you had 9 inches out there. I mean, that's definitely not the cold hitting you. No Jurassic Park. You thought they would get killed by a pterodactyl. Today is going to be a weird day. This is the second time I've made that statement today. It's so weird. Yes. They're like weasels, aren't they? I don't know. What the hell would you cause you to use pterodactyl in a sentence twice in one morning? Reading it out loud. See? So I've used it twice already. 8 inches is the golden size. I don't know. Is that true? You know, I don't know. Just saying. I don't go chasing after the golden size. It's not in my lexicon. I'm not chasing that. Bandicoots love digging. That's how they find their favorite food. So what is their favorite food? Now my backyard looks like real life hungry hippo game. I also have a cicada that helps and some chooks. Good Lord, woman, this is why everything in Australia wants to kill you. Murray was awarded with a pre-owned T-shirt bearing the phrase "Proud owner of the world's ugliest lawn." I used to think the bandicoots were wildlife of mass destruction invading my lawn, but now I see they've actually liberated me from ever having to mow again. I'm all for guilt-free weekends, especially since my ex-husband left with the lawnmower back in 2016. Oh, that sounds hot. Gotland, which was nearly ran out of water during the summer 3 years ago, said the competition and other measures taken by the town have reduced water consumption by 5%. And so now you don't have a lawn. Awesome. Yeah, why mow the lawn? Still want to ride a Triceratops? Is that some new sex toy or something, Aris? I'm curious. The world wants to know. You said, 8 inches, but, here we are. Is that 8 inches the golden size? I'll up my vitamin E so you can go twice. Well, I'll just go like 5 or 6 times. How's that? Maybe 7, 8, something. I don't know. Does size matter how many times you go? I don't know. The world wants to know. They're very curious. Very, very curious. So, speaking of weird freaking words, so this university aims to revive words including blatherskite and predicator. Okay, something like that. So Michigan, because what else do you do whenever it's really freaking cold? Did you ever carry on? And some can carry on multiple conversations at once. 2 by 4 equals 8. No, 2 by 4. Well, some 2 by 4s are 8, but I'm kidding. Michigan State University released its 5th annual list of long lost words due for a comeback on their back. So they've got blatherskite, raw gabbets, dollop. Who doesn't use dollop? I don't know why they're saying they're bringing it back. I've always used dollop. So off my planet, whoever is resurrecting words to have enough words. Thank you. Yeah, I like some of the old meanings. So Wayne State Word Warriors program, which aims to resurrect long lost but not completely forgotten words, is compiled from suggestions by website administrators and members of the public. Well, you could just get AI to, write some new words for you. This year's words include blatherskite, a person who talks at great length without making much sense. I'm a blatherskite. That's awesome. Kurgaloff, the shock felt when one plunges into cold water. Dollop, a shapeless mass of blob of something. Yeah. I've known a few dollops. A cafe sclatch, an informal social gathering at which coffee is served. Well, that's it right here. This is a cafe lash. A cafe lash. That's what we have here. An informal social gathering, because no one's formal here. We all tell each other, go fuck off kind of attitude here. And Pocky, having a mocking or cynical sense of humor. Jeez. I mean, this is describing my show in just one place. It's right there. I love it. I mean, we've got all of this fits my show. A person that talks at great length without making much sense. A shock felt when one first plunges into cold water, because today's a cold freaking day. A dollop, and that's me, sort of a shapeless mass or blob of something. a coffee slash, informal social gathering, which and coffee is served. Of course, got your coffee this morning. And then, of course, we have a Pocky, having a mocking or cynical sense of humor. Yeah, we hit all of it right there. Once again, our word warriors have provided a collection of words that make our language a bit livelier. Or we could just say, that guy's funny looking. All right, if you're going to bring words back out of the box, at least pick some good fucking words. Well, fucking will never go away. It's always going to be around. It's sort of how we perpetuate, life on this planet. Other words making the list this year are petrichor, or something pleasant smell that frequently accompanies the first rain after a long period of warm and dry weather. Oh, I know that one. I didn't know that that's what they call it, but a pettifogger. Ooh, the pettifogger, you got to be careful of those, because those are the ones that walk into a room and just sort of carpet bomb it and then just leave. An inferior legal practitioner. Oh, well, damn it. Pretty close. A raw gabbit, a person who speaks confidently but ignorantly. Oh, I've known a few of those. A thunderplump, a heavy fall of rain during a thunderstorm. Well, that's pretty cool. A twankle, to twang with the fingers on a musical instrument. Twankle. So twinkle, twinkle, little star. And, if you twankle on my stringed instrument, shame on you, because it's in its case right now. I keep my stringed instrument away. This year's list is particularly evocative. I love to picture myself inhaling the prickter after a summer thunderplump, or listening to someone twinkle away on a guitar. It's really a great selection this year. Wow. Twinkle, twinkle. Bring back cod swallop. Bring back cod swallop. There you go. Bring it back. It went away with Brave New World, Logan's Run 2, that, and Sylvester Stallone with Sandra Bullock. Oh, yeah. Keep your instruments in this case until after the stream. You know what happened that one time. Yeah, we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. I only bring that instrument out whenever I need to get, my channel demonetized. Because you never know what's going to happen. So I found this really interesting story, which I thought was a little comical. So what it was is, and I'm sitting here as I'm scrolling through some of these stories that I find interesting, because sometimes I just like finding random stories. Like I was interested, bringing back some words and resurrecting them. That sounds very interesting, but is that the be all end all? No, but you can always win at the lottery. So I see this. North Carolina woman wins her second jackpot from a second chance lottery drawing. A woman in North Carolina collected a $100,000 lottery prize just over 3 years after taking home a $150,000 prize. Oh, wow, that's wonderful. Good on you. And then, of course, right a few lines down, I see man wins his second lottery jackpot buying multiple tickets. So this guy has bought, the number combination, and he keeps winning, a whole bunch of money. And I'm like, why? Why do we care? Why do we care? Because it's not about that we care. It's that they care. That's what it is. It's they care because they want to make sure that you don't set aside your money, try to save it. It's a much bigger thought. Now you think about this. You spend what on a lottery ticket. And some people only get the lottery tickets whenever it gets really, really high up there. Like my wife, she goes, "Oh wow, it's over at $100,000. I mean, or 100 million or some crap like that." And she's like, "Oh, we got to get some lottery tickets." I was like, I just every time that you say that, I take that same amount of money and I invest it. And it's not that much, but I turn around and invest it. You know what the return is on her lottery ticket as compared to my investments that I've been making every time she asks me to buy a lottery ticket? Yeah, it's like tripled. It's insane how that happens. So every time that she's asked to buy a lottery ticket that we haven't won anything, I've tripled that amount in my investment savings. It's weird how that works. I invest the money and it's tripled. You just have to, be smart about investing, Ah. That's a perfect word. Yes. Eris, I can get every word in a sentence. Fucking, fucktard, fucked, fuck. Yes, absolutely. I keep my donations. I know I'm not going to win. Exactly. That's how you do it. I know it's pointless reminding because everyone here, oh yeah, hit that like button, slap it, spank it, make it wet. Just do all the YouTubey things. If you're over on the Rumble side or the Kick side, hit those things too. Same way on the Twitter side. I don't know how much Twitter pays much attention to me or anything like that, but hey, we're there. We're there in those places. We have these wonderful shows that go on. I don't know if it's playing on the Rumble side. See, I set this thing up yesterday, and I think I had it set up for Rumble. I'm so odd like that. But there is one way of finding out. I can just pull it up, and it looks like the static key for it is working, from what I can tell. Yeah, static key for it's working. Got it happening in the background. So yeah, the Rumble stuff is working. Speaking of wetness, how is the plumbing foundation issue? Oh, well, I guess I hadn't told anybody this, but well, except for I think I told a couple of people yesterday when I was on my gaming channel. So here's what happened. We had the insurance adjuster called out. They couldn't make it, of course, because it's inclement weather, and they were afraid that they might fall or something. I mean, okay, that's fine. That's acceptable. So our contractor, the one that will more than likely be doing the work, came out. And the reason we had the contractor come out is because a lot of times insurance adjusters, they will go with doing as little as possible. And, you work in this kind of stuff long enough, that people are assholes and insurance does not like to pay. Yeah, I told you yesterday, Farrell, but the rest of these people don't know. So he came out and he pulled up all of the covering that was around the wall. If you've been watching, you saw that I showed it. It's like a little Z shaped, or sort of looks like a weird swastika thing or something. It's really weird. So it's it underneath it. There's an above ground drain of some sort, and he's never seen one before, because most of the time you dig down to the foundation, and then you put your drain in there, and you have a pump that pumps that out into your sewage system. So whenever it reaches a certain level of water. That being said, the water that came in, we found that they poured about an inch of concrete over plastic, so it's all hollow. We're not sure if that's where the water is coming from. Until they dig into it, they won't know. Found that the carpet that was initially wet, I was able to get all of the water out of that, so it's not damaged. But we found that it's been leaking for quite some time, just on a smaller level, and it started damaging all of the tack strips, and the carpet underneath, and the padding was soaking up the water and sort of holding it there. Luckily, we don't have any mold as a result of that, and I think it's just because we have good airflow in the house that it would get wet, but it would still dry out. And luckily, no mold is created there, but we do have rotted wood. So they'll have to pull out all the tack strips. They'll have to take out the walls in both of these rooms, probably 3 of the walls, and pull those out. They'll have to pull the carpeting out, and they'll have to go along the foundation. This is from our contractor explaining what they'll have to do. And they will dig a trench along the foundation and waterproof it. So once we get the estimate from the insurance adjuster, it could be a week, could be a month, could be a year. We don't know when they will know. Poo water, rainwater, fresh water. It's rainwater. No, it's not mold. It's not mold. It's just rotted wood. Trust me, it's just rotted wood. It's still soaking wet. I don't think it's ever dried out at all, ever. So it took out a couple of bookcases and a mattress and all that kind of stuff. Just the amount of water that flooded in there. It's been happening for quite some time. Like, we're talking at least a year or two. and trust me, it's a mess. So they'll pull all that stuff out, and we'll see what happens. I don't know. I'm not a foundation expert, and I'm not really worried about it. But everything seems to be doing good. And that's why I was able to set my computer back up, even if it is temporary. And probably when it warms back up, the insurance adjuster will come back out and we'll have it rescheduled and all that neat kind of stuff. Really, really nice guy. Oh, and as far as the leak in the roof, he was as worried about that. He was just like, yeah, we'll have to open up the bathroom and remove the sheetrock where it's been damaged. Whatever. No biggie. We'll make it happen. So, of course, we'll get on to the little politics stuff, of course. And this is the kind of weird shit that I really hate having to talk about, because some of it's just bullshit and hyperbole. Here we go. So Rochester, New Hampshire, because that's the next primary that's coming up. It's going to be New Hampshire. And what they're saying is Christina, don't try to pronounce her name, has drastically improved since the last New Hampshire primary, but she isn't confident the current candidates will help others achieve the same success. Christina spent more than half her life struggling with addiction, mainly to heroin, before joining Hope on Haven Hill, a comprehensive program for pregnant women and mothers that include residential treatment, transitional housing, and a wide array of support services. That's awesome. I think that women that are in crisis should be helped. Hey, good morning, Christine. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy 25th birthday. Good to see you. Thank you for proving my point, Judge May. Okay, awesome. I love it how chat gets these little talking points going on amongst themselves. Okay, you're Minecrafting while I listen. Nobody say anything funny except for Shizzy, unless he's going to read it, in which case, as you were. So I will never put myself through that again, which is good. You have self-worth now. New Hampshire, small taste, blah, blah, blah. She isn't sure whether she will vote on the presidential primary on Tuesday, in part because she's skeptical that it will change anything. Well, of course, it's not going to change much of anything. Politicians are going to do what politicians do. I feel like every 4 years it gets talked about, then it gets lost. We really don't do much with it. So they're complaining, okay, so we've got an ex-heroin addict, ex-drug addict that's complaining that we're not doing enough about drugs. So we've got one person that's talking about it, and they say, some New Hampshire residents want better answers from the 2024 candidates on the opioid crisis. Well, wonderful. Okay, I guess everybody has a goal, but there's only so many things that the federal government should be worrying about on these crises, as they call them. Here's a wonderful idea. Hold your local politicians to the fire. Go after them. Go after them. It's not hard. Why are we relying on the federal government? We should be downsizing the federal government while increasing human ability to think for them fucking selves. I think that's a wonderful idea. Of course, lawmakers announced a bipartisan effort to enhance child tax credit, which was crap in the first place, revive tax breaks for businesses. Well, Biden already eliminated those. I mean, do you think it's going to make it much better? Why are you trying to revive shite again? So, chairman of the top tax policy committees in Congress enhance the child tax credit, revive a variety of tax breaks for businesses. Well, you destroyed them already, so why bring them back? I mean, just keep destroying small businesses. The roughly $48 billion in tax cuts would be paid for by more quickly ending a tax break Congress approved during this during the government lockdowns, a crisis that you created, you assholes, that encourages businesses to keep employees on their payroll. Wyden and Smith, which I've never heard of these two, Republican chairman of the House Ways and Means Committee, Mr. Smith. Lawmakers have been negotiating for months on a tax package that would address an array of priorities, but it's only going to get passed if Biden signs off on it. He's going to say, yeah, these big businesses, they're using these as tax breaks, and until they tell you, oh no, it's small businesses that we're helping. It's small businesses for the Democrats that they're helping, and big business for the Republicans as they're helping, and they're really not helping anything. How about this? Change your tax system. Make it a little more comprehensive. You spend billions of dollars every year just hiring more tax people to go out and collect more taxes. I mean, it's horrible. It's horrible. Of course, it would put a lot of people like accountants out of business if people understood how to, do their own taxes or pay their own taxes. They would lose out. They'd be missing out on it. They would have to move into fields like writing, stuff for chat GPT and stuff like that. Meeting that goal may prove difficult as lawmakers are already racing to finish their spending bills. Okay, hooray. Unfortunately, the agreement, I hate when they do that. They call it Democratic negotiators. As Democrat negotiators were focused, it's Democrat. Not Democratic, it's Democrat. Fucking AP, get your head out of your ass and learn to say it. These negotiators are focused on boosting the child tax credit. The tax credit is $2,000 per child, but only $1,600 is refundable. So tax credit, is that per month? Is that per year? Doesn't $2,000 isn't going to get you very far per year on a child. Just saying. So what's the point? Which makes it available to parents who owe little to nothing in federal income taxes. Okay. The bill would incrementally increase the maximum refundable child tax credit to 18 for 2023, 19 for the year, and 2,000 for 2025. Yeah, I don't know. So Center on Budget and Policy Priorities. So these people right here, this little group right here, the Center for Budget and Policy Priorities, they get government funding to be a think tank, an advocacy group. Wonderful, isn't it? How the politics works. You take all that funding away, and guess what? All these assholes that cause problems go away. I can't even complain about much. You idiot youngins who can't speak correctly when the mainstream media can't even get shit right. Yep, absolutely. Good to see, Young. How you doing? Minecraft login. I'll add you. Awesome. You guys are playing Minecraft. I love it. Given today's miserable political climate. Okay. It's a big deal to have opportunity to pass pro-family policy. Republicans were focused on tax breaks for businesses. They say will help grow the economy. Tax breaks in the bill would generally align their expiration date, the end of 2025. Many other tax cuts were approved in 2017, most notably blah, blah, blah. Something about China, something about bullshit, something about, things that we're not supposed to be talking about on the YouTubes. Isn't that hilarious? Speaking of things we're not supposed to talk about on the YouTubes, because, they don't want you talking about this kind of crap. Politics drives them nuts. Next Republican debate canceled after Nikki Haley sucks a golf ball down a hose. I'm sorry, I was wrong in saying that. She will only participate if Donald Trump participates. Well, who the fuck cares, Nikki? He doesn't have to participate. He doesn't have to prove himself. He's already proven himself, and you have not. You've proven yourself to suck balls. See, this just gives DeSantis a little leg up. It does. She doesn't realize this because, the RNC is a bunch of morons. But what happens is she says, I'm not going to debate unless Donald Trump shows up. He's like, well, I don't have to show up and don't debate. I don't care. I'm just continue doing town halls and continue leading you in the polls. And then whenever New Hampshire gets together and they do the whole New Hampshire little caucuses, guess what? Sweet cheeks? You're going to be sucking wind. Your ass will be gone. So have fun, Nikki. ABC News on Tuesday canceled the next Republican presidential debate. Oh, isn't that special? Said she wouldn't participate unless former Trump takes part in it. Why should he have to? Leaving DeSantis as the only candidate committed to Thursday's event in New Hampshire. Well, you know what that means? That means he'll just get up there and be able to talk for hours. We've had 5 great debates in this campaign, Haley said in a statement. Of course, but you still are number 3. You were like behind all of the men. All of the men are beating you, Haley, you dirty skank. You know you like being beat by men. You can't help it. You make Caitlin look lovely as a woman. We've had 5 great debates in this campaign. Fortunately, Donald Trump has ducked all of them. He doesn't have to be there, you silly fool. The next debate I do will either be with Donald Trump or with Joe Biden. No. I mean, you can go debate Joe Biden. It doesn't affect him one way or the other. He's still going to get the votes that he's going to get, and you're going to get nothing. But the RNC really wants you there, don't they? The all-important Iowa caucuses, which she just got hammered on, which Trump marked a wide margin of victory over both combined. A wide margin combined. That's the difference. Why would Trump even bother with going against Nikki? Why? It makes no sense at all whatsoever why you would go against Nikki. Hey, Farrell.
What's up? Hold on a second.
What's up, girl? Okay, want me to remove you?
No, I'm fine. Just hold on a second.
All right, you awake now? Dumbass woman.
I'm awake, but so are asshole kids. So
Oh, we love the asshole kids.
Yeah.
They're different than the ones that come out of the vagina. The asshole kids are they're special. They're special kinds of sorry, that was bad. That was she's like, no, Shizzy, no. Oh, did you not see what Donald J. Trump did to HRC? Nikki girl, if you want a spanking that badly, I'm sure the men's will line up. Exactly. I would have a crack at Nikki. Wide range of whips to choose from. That's right, Baldo.
Oh,
I mean,
my.
she might like it. She looks like the. And didn't we discover this last night that both her and Ramaswamy are American Indian? We've discovered that they're both American Indians because they're American and they're Indian. It's wonderful.
Hi, Wolfie.
I'm still trying to
get a
figure out.
newspaper.
I'm trying to figure out whether they're push start or pull start.
What?
You know, the push start
Oh.
or pull start. Oh yeah.
Oh, shizzy.
Yeah, you never heard that? No, one of my wife's friends, she loves making that joke all the time, and her parents were from India, and her and her husband said, invited us to this little place in downtown Decatur that has what they call Indian street food. I don't know if it's still there because it's been years since we've been there. This was all like before the lockdowns and crap like that. So we went in there and they were making jokes about it because their parents are like, yeah, we don't eat Indian street food because it's like dysentery. You get really sick. Like you just don't do it. I mean, it can be really good, but your body has to be used to it. It's because it's like you wouldn't send an American over there because it would just destroy their internals. Whereas the Indian people are so used to eating it, it just doesn't even affect them whatsoever. But they said this place was pretty close to that kind of like level of the tastes and the flavors that you would find in the Indian street food. They were like raving about it. And
Good morning, Christine. Happy birthday.
So we went there with them, and it was like one of the best meals I had. And I don't think there was any meat that we had at that whole thing. But the food had such good flavor to it. Didn't care. It was like a group of 10 people, but they make jokes about that all the time. That the mom is a push start and dad is a pull start. I'm just like, you guys are so awful. It's just like, who cares? If you're getting offended by it, then go fuck off somewhere else. It's like,
morning, MG.
Hey, MG.
I got in trouble last night because of you.
Yeah. Did you really? Why'd you get in trouble?
Yeah, because Baker didn't see that he canceled it, so he messaged me wanting to know where MG was. I'm like, not my turn to babysit. Then we found out he canceled it. Baker's like, I blame you. I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't turn your alarm off from here.
Oh, by the way, everybody wish Christine happy
Yes.
birthday. Wish Christine Fortunato a happy birthday. So the only
Yes, happy
reason Haley
birthday.
got any votes in Iowa was from Democrats switching registration to vote for her in the primary. Yes, voters can register day of the
Yes.
primary in Iowa. Now, in some states like Georgia, if you register as a Democrat in the primary and you try to pull that shit, what happens is you have to vote like that in the general election. They won't let you switch. Not all states do that, but there's quite a few states because they want to avoid people doing that kind of crap.
He said what he said, Young.
Huh? So what do you say?
Oh, Young said, pardon?
Pardon? Pardon. Yeah, so what do you think about this? That Haley's going, I am not going to debate unless Donald Trump is up there. It's like he's beating both of them by a wide
Right.
margin.
Like I said yesterday,
combined
he doesn't need to.
at all.
Like I don't know that he will. He's so fed up because he knows how it goes every single time. No matter who's running it, it's all the same crap. He knows how it's going to go every single time. So what's the point? Keep doing your rallies and doing your thing and talking to the people that want to listen to you.
Yeah. And there was a concerted effort to have Democrats switch registration and vote for her. Yes, there was.
But they can't now. They can't. Well, they don't have a primary. That's why.
Well, in New Hampshire, which is the next one coming up, that I can almost guarantee they're going to be bitching and moaning because Trump isn't going to debate them. And what'll happen, and I can see it coming. What's going to happen is this Nikki Haley's going to get knocked off really quick unless she can pull something out of her ass, and she doesn't even know it. The RNC knows it.
I thought that it was a 2-person race now. That's what she
Yeah.
told me.
Yeah, but she's not going to debate DeSantis. She doesn't want the same thing that happened in Iowa to happen again, where she just got her ass handed to her. And it's easier to blame it on somebody else. So what they'll do is
I think it
all
was
three of them will
ignorant
do a
throw.
little town hall. She'll do a town hall on ABC and who's the next one that's supposed to be doing a debate? Oh, okay. So she'll do one on NBC. DeSantis will do one on ABC because he's already going to be there. I mean, he's just going to show up at an empty stage and basically carry on a town hall. Now, I haven't.
Still have to be
I'm just-
registered, Young.
I'm predicting that this is what's going to happen, and of course, Trump will go over on some other news station or whatever and do some sort of speech in town hall. That's what they'll do. They'll all three just do their own little thing. And
I think that every single one of them was ignorant to throw their hat in the ring this season.
Yeah.
What? Wait till next 4 years.
Well, they have to make it look like they're trying. They have to make it look like they're trying. Who was it that tried? I will only
Why
debate
put
Trump
your
during the last
time
election
and money
cycle.
and effort into it when you already know, like, he's a shoo-in for it?
Yeah, who was that did that in 2020? Who said they would only debate Trump?
I have no idea.
No. Trump will be foolish enough to go on Fox. No, I doubt that. I doubt it.
He's pretty anti-Fox now.
Who isn't anti-Fox?
Well, I know, but I mean,
I keep hearing people say, "Oh, well, Fox, they're this right wing." It's like, no, they're not.
no, they're not. They never have been.
The right wing of the left. I mean, I don't understand because
they had some people that were, but
love this back scratcher, especially this time of the morning. It's like I feel like a cat. Just yes.
Are you gonna purr for us, Shizzy?
Meow.
Exactly, Eris.
So the move could also be a result of the last debate, which featured only Haley and DeSantis, which Haley didn't perform as well as expected. No, she performed exactly as expected. DeSantis ultimately ended up beating her for second place in Iowa. Haley argued.
What did it turn out? Do you have the final result of how much DeSantis got her by?
Oh God. but DeSantis got her by, it was like what, 2 or 3%, something like that. Which, you know, it is a lot. I mean,
Right.
you go, oh, that isn't much. It's just like,
But
okay,
it is when it's just one state, like, and
right. That is,
there's
that
only
is,
really 3 contenders because the rest of them didn't. What was the other one? Had like 10,000.
oh, and there was one that had like, because they distribute out all of the each candidate they have to get 247 of the people or something, like 274, 24. I think it's 247. They have to get 247 of the of the uh, of the primary. That's what they're after. And so what they do is they do each individual state. Once they hit 247, then that's going to be who your candidate is, supposedly.
MG, you go find out for us. You could take one for the team.
What is it, MG?
No,
I know exactly how it works in Iowa for the caucus, but you can register party affiliation the day of the caucus, and there was a great effort to get vote heard by Dems. Yeah.
I was talking about his last comment, replying to
Yeah.
Eris.
Well, and they're working you up to this, and I'll get into this here in a bit. They are working you up to calling races like this. I'll point it out here shortly.
Well, they did last night with what they had like 2 counties in, and they called it.
Oh yeah. Well, and like I said, I'll go into it. So Haley's decision also cast doubt on another New Hampshire debate scheduled for Sunday on CNN. So okay, so they have one on CNN. That makes no sense. So another New Hampshire debate on CNN. On X, DeSantis said Haley is afraid to debate because she doesn't want to answer the tough questions. He's accused her of running to be Trump's VP and said that he looked forward to debating 2 empty podiums in the Granite State this week. So, you know, everybody's getting all salty that Trump doesn't want to even bother gracing the stage or wasting his time on these folks. With the GOP campaign shifting to New Hampshire ahead of that state's primary next week, Haley's projected confidence that her commitment to the state and surveys showing her support there will provide her campaign with the momentum needed to cut into Trump's strength. So what will happen is that this debate that they're going to have, I will probably cover it, but I will do my Sunday stream like I normally do, but then I'll go and like do a rehash of it. Maybe only on Rumble or something like that.
When is it?
We'll see.
This Sunday?
Sunday. Yeah. On CNN or something like that. Well, CNN sucks because they wash those debates off. Like they only want you seeing what they want you to see. Like if you don't watch it live,
Yep.
Screw you. They will only like put snippets in there like that look best for them.
Yeah.
But DeSantis, breaking with tradition, instead flew directly into Haley's home of South Carolina, saying last week the plan to make brief appearance before going to New Hampshire himself was intended to send a message to Haley that he would compete fiercely against her in her home state's primary next month. Ooh, so South Carolina is
next month. Okay.
Yep. Along the campaign trail in Iowa over the past week, reporters had asked Haley when she would commit to participating in Thursday's debate, blah, blah, blah. After his win, Trump flew to New York, where he was expected in court for one of his multiple legal challenges before heading into New Hampshire for a rally later Tuesday. And then, of course, he's going to fly to New Hampshire to hold a rally Tuesday evening. So that'll be next week, next Tuesday. And that investigations have been extended to both Haley and Trump to join DeSantis on stage for the debate. That makes no sense. We'd love to see them all.
Why are you here then?
Who's Sean? Schoenberg?
Sean, why, if you think you might be having a heart attack, why are you on here and not going to the hospital?
Yeah. I feel like Nikki Haley will do for the RNC what Ted Cruz in 2016 helped Trump by not conceding. There you go. Ask Lily Brown if she performs well. Ooh, damn, that's cold. Yeah, he's just whining.
Oh, okay.
Not a real heart attack. Yes.
All right.
If you feel like you're having a heart attack, don't call us. We are not doctors, surgeons, or smart. Well, except for Farrell. I mean, I'm not smart.
I was gonna say, sir.
Well,
he just called me dumb.
You are a woman, so.
Oh, is he?
Former President Donald Trump scored the first victory of the 24 presidential primary season Monday with a sweeping and broad-based win with the Iowa Republican caucus. No, it was a slaughter. I mean, he just walked through and yeah, they know which way it's going. Sweeping and broad-based win with the caucuses. Iowa press declared the former president the winner based on the analysis of initial returns as well as the results of the AP VoteCast survey of voters who planned on the caucus on Monday night. Both showed Trump with an insurmountable lead. Initial results from 8 counties showed Trump with far more than half the total votes counted as of 8:31 p.m. Okay, so this is why they called it early, is because he needed to have a certain amount of votes, and before 8 p.m., 8:30, he already had more than enough votes to secure it. And then they just kept coming in. That's like, whenever you have that large of a margin at the very beginning of it, that's why they called it. Now, this is also dangerous because what'll happen is if they pull this same shit that they did in 2020 that Fox did, where they call a winner for a state before all the votes are counted, it looks a little fishy whenever it comes back and you're like, that's pretty damn close. And all of a sudden you're calling it. That makes no sense. Like, I mean, you're calling a state before it's even been fully counted, especially
Before
later
it's
on.
even begun to be counted.
Well, no, it was, I think that what the AP was doing is exactly what they did here, is they saw that there was enough votes there already to secure it, so they called it, which is a bad way of reporting. Let the votes come in, keep everybody interested, entertained, and don't start calling it until it's become like so obvious that you just can't get away with it. You know what I mean? Not the close one where you
Right.
call a state
Right.
and then the votes start
Well,
rolling in and
you-
it starts jumping.
in 2016, how long did it take them to call?
Oh,
It took forever. They did not want to call it for nothing.
they didn't what? Oh, stop. Crazy animals.
They did
They're
in
being-
2016. They did not want to call it for anything.
Oh no. But they, if I'm not mistaken,
Well, we gotta
2016
wait,
they still called it that night or the next day.
They called it that
Now,
night.
but then in 2020, for some reason, they couldn't.
But
No, I mean
no, gee,
it took weeks
no, I
months
know. It
before
took
they
forever.
finally called it. And
Yeah,
this
well,
is,
they had to round
they
them
had
up.
they had to recount in multiple states
Yeah.
and in multiple places. You know, it's hard work whenever you're counting votes that they used to do in one night because there were so many more votes. You know, you've got to make sure that grandma that's been, you know, rotting in her casket for a decade, you have to get her vote. You have to drag it out of her, and it takes a while to dig up those caskets. You cannot do it overnight. You got to have their thumbprint on it, fingerprints, and then you got to rehydrate the skin. It takes about a couple of days to rehydrate the skin to get that thumbprint just right. It's so
Well,
horrible.
you
You just,
see,
you know, I learned some
killing
stuff
me.
from watching CSI. What you do is you just inject a little bit of like fluid in there and it like expands it out, and then you can get like a good fingerprint. So it doesn't look all wrinkled, that kind of stuff. Yeah. HRC conceded the next morning in 2016, but that wasn't as much of a circus. Oh, bullshit. We watched the in DC, which they like to watch this and reuse a lot of the footage that happened in 2016. And that's why they locked all the buildings down in 2020, because in 2016, Antifa went through there and started destroying buildings all over the place after Trump won. They were flipping cars, they were burning the city the fuck down. And
And gee, they
washed
still
all
weren't
that.
prepared in 2020. That's why it took so long.
Mm-hmm.
They were more prepared, but they still weren't. They weren't prepared enough.
Right. Yeah, and yes, I've seen 2,000 Mules, and some of that is hyperbole. You have to because he is going to make it say what he wants to make it say. It doesn't always mean the same thing. that you think you're seeing. Don't be fooled by these wonderful people that are saying all of that. And yes, I've seen 2,000 Mules, and I have questions that they wouldn't answer. You know, they can't answer. Like, those were mostly peaceful protests. Well, only because it was one side, not the other. You know, I heard she had a hissy fit, breaking shit like a Limp Biscuit in her room. That sounds about right. That sounds about right. But of course, one thing that I did, and I didn't realize this, Farrell, whenever I covered the that everybody was doing like their little victory speeches, and I guess Trump did his little victory speech on CNN, but they cut it. They like cut it. You know, you're muted. Probably talking to the chilling. Yeah, they had actually cut the I didn't bother with 2,000 Mules. Yeah. Just use it as a clown, but his docs are okay. Oh, what he shows of them, but what he shows of them. So I'm always a little bit cautious of it. It is definitely worth a watch. If you get a chance. I think it's free. You can watch it for free. It's definitely worth a watch. It'll give you more questions than it does give answers. Unless you want to buy into conspiracy theories like hook, line, and sinker. There's a lot of questions I have about it, and I'm not going to go over that kind of stuff on a morning, where I'm just barely awake and haven't watched it forever. But as I was watching it, there was a lot of questions that I had that they never answered through his documentary, whatever. So anyway, CNN, they sort of stopped his speech because, well, Rachel, the little cow, the lol cow, she didn't like it. So I got it here on C-SPAN, and this is sort of how it went. We only got 4 minutes of it, and if the YouTube overlords like lose their shit on me, well, they can go suck a big donkey.
There's been some period of time, and most importantly, we want to thank the great people of Iowa. Thank you.
Iowa. I love how he says
What a
Iowa.
turnout, what a crowd. And I really think this is time now for everybody, our country, to come together. We want to come together, whether it's Republican or Democrat or liberal or conservative. It would be so nice if we could come together and straighten out the world and straighten out the problems and straighten out all of the death and destruction that we're.
Oh, that's funny. Hey, look how gay Trump looks. Eric is wearing Baron's suit coat. That's awesome, Sean.
Witnessing that's practically never been like this. It's just so important, and I want to make that a very big part of our message. We're going to come.
So that's his message. Wants to come together right now over me. Gotta love it. That's what I kept wanting him to say is come together right now over me.
Together. It's going to happen soon too. It's going to happen soon.
I'm gonna come.
I want to thank some of the great people. We have so many senators. If I go through every name, we'll be here all night. And
We want to thank all of our senators.
everybody's going to get angry at me. But the senators, the congressmen from Washington, they came down from all different states. I want to thank you very much. I want to congratulate Ron and Nikki for having a good time together. We're all having a good time together.
Oh my God, just slamming both of them. Like, I'm so glad they had a good time together. So happy together. It's you and me and you.
And I think they both actually did very well. I really do. I think they both did very well. We don't even know what the outcome of second place is. And I see.
Which he's right. They didn't know what the outcome was going to be of second place at the time. That's the way you handle it right there. We don't know. One could be the other. DeSantis or Nikki, they'll be second place, but they'll always be second place. Always.
Carrie Lake. Congratulations, Carrie. Very good. I spotted her, I have to announce, because she's terrific. She's going to be a senator, a great senator, I predict, right? You're going to be a.
Yeah, so he's gonna be he's pushing for Carrie Lake to become senator. Be right back for real estate. I'm gonna fall asleep. Oh, don't fall asleep. It's okay. It's okay. Just grab a little bit of coffee. Oh, need to fix that. Not former, but rightful president. Yeah, but I mean, he is still a former president of the United States, and nothing like being a former president and a president at the same time. It's a glorious thought.
Great senator. And
It's like Joe Biden is a former vice president and also a president of
Yep.
the United States.
Has he?
See, I recognize, there is certain achievements that even a mushroom can get.
I also want to congratulate Vivek because he did a hell of a job. He came from zero, and he's got a big percent, probably 8%, almost 8%, and that's an amazing job. They all did. They're all very smart people, very capable people. I think most importantly, I want to thank my incredible wife, First Lady, I'll say former and maybe future.
Former first lady and maybe future first lady. We'll see. See what I mean? He knows. He knows. Aris, we can go to one of those ideas from John Adams. Call him his elective majesty president. I like that. I like that, Sean.
But more important than Melania, I want to thank her incredible, beautiful mother who passed away a few days ago.
Oh,
And she's up there, way up there. She's looking down and she's so proud of us. And I just want to say to Amalia, you are special. One of the most special people I've ever known.
that's creepy. Just want to say that's really creepy. Okay, she's up there. She's way up there. What in the rafters? Like I'd be looking around, like, dude, that was a creepy part of his speech. That was creepy. Although her mother has a lovely name ring to it, but yeah, don't do that. That was creepy. Trump.
And that was a tough period of time for the family. But
Yeah, imagine so.
she's amazing. She was amazing. So I just want to thank what she's done for our family and
Stop
our
looking at
husband
the
who's
sky.
home right now and very lonely. He's a lonely man, but he's going to be okay. Victor, they're great people, great parents to all of us, really. Great parents, but also to Barron. Boy, did she take care of Barron. That's how he got so tall. He only ate her food.
Oh, I love that.
Generally, they've worked so hard and they've taken so much abuse for being good people. I mean, good people. But Eric and Don,
I think it did too, Toodley.
I do.
they really did. These two have been.
Well, and aren't they about the same age he is?
Right, Sean? I have no idea.
Like her parents are about his age. I mean, I'm not casting shade on. I'm saying that I think he married a much younger woman whenever he married, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
Working so hard, and they they have another job also, so
Yeah,
they
that
have to do
kid
it
grew
all, but
fast.
they've been working so hard. And I know that Ivanka is home and Tiffany's home, they're watching, and I know that Barron's watching. Good old Barron. I said, you're going to be a basketball player. I said, well, I like soccer, Dad, actually. I said, at your height, I like basketball better, but sometimes you can't talk them into everything. But he's a special boy. But the whole family is just incredible. And my sister, Elizabeth, who's just the biggest fan. She's just an incredible person and always supportive. We love Elizabeth so much. Also, we have a woman who took a big chance. In most states, we have support of everybody, the Congress, the senators. We had Marco Rubio. We had Rick Scott the other day. We have, probably 55% of the senators. And now
They were what?
They were 79. Well,
Holy
she would
crap!
have been. He is 79. She would have been 79 this year.
Ooh, her mother.
Melania's folks.
Yeah,
So
mom was 78. Wow. See, like I said, they were they were almost the same age, like old enough to be his daughter when he married. Just saying. I mean,
good for him.
good for him. Not for me. I couldn't do that. That would drive me up the wall.
Now they're all calling and saying, we want to endorse you, sir. I said, oh, great.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I mean, there was more to his speech, but this. Have you ever seen The Landlord?
No.
Oh my God, this might get me in trouble, but this is funny. This is
So it
hilarious.
says here, Madonna is reinventing herself again.
Now, this is if you don't like Farrell, not Farrell, but Chris.
Will
Isn't it
Ferrell.
Chris Farrell? Yeah. But if you don't like him, then just mute for like the next like 3 minutes, because this is
Okay, I can do
funny.
Hey, did you get that letter from the doctor yet?
I did.
What did it say?
My dad's gay.
I knew it. Those blood tests don't lie.
Oh boy, here it comes. Had she been ill? Was it a shock or she died? No, she'd been ill for a bit, and she finally passed. And it was rough on the whole family, to experience that.
It says they didn't disclose the cause
Well,
on this article I'm reading. Like they didn't say
Yeah.
what caused her death, but I mean she's almost 80 years old, so
so this was I think the first video that I ever saw for this Funny and Die, and I laughed so hard. And I don't like Will Ferrell. There's some stuff that I think he's funny in. This is one of them. Like Elf is. There's parts of it that just make me go, so horrible. I don't like his sense of humor, but this one is pretty damn funny.
Who's that?
It's my landlord, Pearl. I'm really late on my rent.
Oh, I'm getting out of here, man. She's nasty.
No, please. I need to stay. This is gonna be ugly. Hi, Pearl. You don't have to raise your voice.
You pay you!
I can give you half.
You pay no bitch!
Hey, don't talk to me like that, okay?
I'm tired of this crap!
Look, I thought I was clear in my email that I needed a couple weeks.
I work too hard!
Can I just get 2 more weeks?
I want my money!
You need to relax.
You're an asshole!
Uh-uh.
I want my money, bitch!
Hey, don't call me bitch. I'm a grown man.
Bitch, bitch.
God, you're mean. Don't make fun of me crying.
You,
he does, Matthew.
I'm not doing so good, Pearl.
I put you on the street!
Pearl, I'm gonna pay you. I'm
Morning,
working 3
Snafu.
jobs
Good to
right
see
now.
you.
Working nights. I'm driving a cab. I'm inside with my buddy right now, just going over my resume.
I'm gonna smack you.
Okay, you know what? You need to relax.
I want my money!
But why do you need your money so fast? Come on.
I need to get my drink on.
You scare me. You're an alcoholic.
Get my drink on.
Do I have some beers?
Seriously, you are an alcoholic. Yeah, you're drunk. I knew it. You're already drunk.
I'm just bad.
You know,
I'm just
you're in no condition to deal with this right now.
Taking my beer.
You know, just take your beer and get out of here, okay? Yeah, we'll talk tomorrow. This isn't over.
Your mommy.
Jesus.
If you hadn't seen that, he's just like, come on, give me my money, bitch.
That was cute.
It
Because
was
of her, not because
Yes.
of him.
No, not because of him. Like he has a good mind for this stuff, but yeah, that was pretty damn funny. I don't know why, but her name being Pearl is great. I know. It is such a classic. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of Will Ferrell. I mean, I don't really think
I
of
can't
him
stand
too
him.
much. Yeah. But it is funny. It's because it was with the little child.
Right.
Little child made it very funny. Oh my gosh. So what's been going on with you, Farrell?
No, not much.
Not much.
Working.
Working, yeah.
Yeah, back to work. The
Yesterday
weekends
was
are never long enough.
well, and yesterday for us was just a rough day. I mean, even the wife was just like, because it showed up at 9, and I want to say it wasn't until 11 o'clock where the wife actually began to even work on anything, because it was such a brain drain. She's got a million questions going through her head, like, what work are we going to have to do? What needs to be taken care of? This foundation, and then of course with the adjuster not showing up, it's like now it just sort of leaves you even more in limbo. So I think it's just that fact of being a little bit in limbo makes it difficult. And I mean,
Yeah.
yesterday, what was it? After I finished the show, I broke down the computer, pulled everything out of the way, and then of course they come in here and they tore up the portions of
Right.
the floor. So it's like a complete disarray. Um, it's like great, hooray! So where does this leave us? Is what are we going to do when they start doing this work? How long is it going to take? Is it going to be like a month, a week, couple days that they're going to be tearing this apart, then putting it all back together again? And
Right.
you know, we've got stuff that's down here. We've got furniture and things like that. Like, all right, I guess we're just going to have to cover things up and move all of everything into like another room, like my guitars, bass equipment, all that kind of crap.
Right.
It's got to find a place to be, and where am I going to work at? Because this is my office here, like where I work and where I stream from. So I'm going to have to
Right.
pull everything out, maybe stream from another room. I don't know. It's
Right.
will be a little strange.
You.
Yeah, can you imagine me streaming in a room and I've got stuff just piled up behind me? Looks like I'm moving and shit. It's gonna be crazy.
Do what you gotta do, huh? Yeah, I
Yeah.
got up at 1 o'clock in the morning on Monday and
Oh,
did 6 streams between then and yesterday morning, and finally I went to sleep when we got done yesterday morning.
oh my god.
And but it was nice. I don't normally uh Tuesday is so bad for me going back to work because I normally don't sleep on Tuesday.
Mhm.
So I was actually able to sleep yesterday, so worked out
That's
nice. I
nice.
wasn't dragging at work last night.
Well, and I saw the baker, he did get
Yeah,
some,
he since MG wasn't there when he got up this morning to go on his, he decided to stream that hearing for Sarah Boone. So her trial got postponed again.
of
So
course.
now it's when we're going to be in Dollywood.
Oh, well, that reminds me. I will not be making it to Dollywood. I was gonna
Oh,
announce that last night. No, I have 2 options. Either I go with my wife to a conference and, we get a Airbnb and take the puppers along, or I stay home and watch the puppers, and she, gets a room there, and then comes back early. So it's
she's the oh, I was just gonna tell Baldo. She's the one that locked her boyfriend in a suitcase and then left him there and went to bed, and he stopped breathing permanently.
yeah, it's weird how that happens. Don't lock yourself into a suitcase.
Oh, yeah, don't get in a suitcase. Like, serious.
If you're
After that
fitting in a
came
suit
out,
if you fit in a suitcase, there's something. You're
yeah.
very tiny.
Well, one of
Um,
my kids climbed in a suitcase. It was just laying out. I think we were getting ready to go back home for or something, and I'm like, don't, please don't.
yeah,
Like, I don't need you accidentally
yeah.
locking yourself in there.
Yes, it does suck. I know. I'm not gonna, because I can't make Dollywood. It does suck, but sorry, that's how it goes.
Mhm.
That is the way that the things happen. I've got no big say in that. There's certain things where the wife
Right,
makes the kind of money that she makes,
right,
affords me the ability to be able to do things, as stupid
right.
for the moment as running a stream at 6 o'clock in the morning.
I
So,
got the ding on my phone. Like, I'm listening to music. I'm like, "What on earth is messaging me at 6 o'clock in the morning?"
oh my god.
Well, and then I had Baker like 11 o'clock last night messaging me, wanting to know where the heck MG was. I'm like, not his babysitter.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I thought about doing a stream last night. I mean, I did a little bit of a gaming stream. I just needed to unwind my mind because on top of that, I had to go over some prep for a trial that wife is going to be involved in on Monday. So it was like constantly all day going over a bunch of documents, and then what was the other one that I was working on? Oh, we had a meeting for this other one with someone that sort of subcontracts with us, just sort of setting plans for next year with this particular group, and that so between all of that, my brain was just cooked. I don't even know if it was a good stream because I was so out of it. And I tried
Yeah.
doing Mafia 3, but they have so much copyright music in there that I'm like surprised I didn't get struck like immediately because it was like Aretha Franklin and Jimi Hendrix. And I'm like, Jesus, man, this game is trying to get me removed from YouTube. So I won't be streaming doing any more Mafia because of that crap. Damn it. So
Yeah.
and it's
Baker had a turnout this morning.
Baker had a what?
Decent turnout. There's
I
quite a
love
few
that.
people in there, so
Well,
I hope he does it more. It works out great for me.
yeah.
I
Well,
love
and
having stuff like that I can listen to and not think like while I'm working. So
yes. Yes. And I think that that also helps doing, some of these things. KLI going to a different part of the state. Oh, that sucks. MG's got yeah, you had and we all knew MG had to sleep because he was just like, "Oh, I'm gonna do
right.
one." And then I got a message who was like, "Yeah, I'm not doing one tonight." I was like, "Ooh, that sucks," but I understand because let's see, I did my stream. I went over to Gutter Girl and was over there for I don't know about an hour,
I
hour and a
listened
half.
to the beginning anyway.
Yeah, and then I jumped over and got involved in the trivia on the experts, and which was good. It was fun.
Yeah, that's where I went. I went and watched that.
Yeah, and for me, it's just sort of like I can be doing mindless things, and I was working on the outro at the same time. That's why I
Mhm.
left Gutter Girl because I was just like, I got to get this outro. So I got a new outro completed. We'll see how
Mhm.
seems pretty good. So I finished that last night and then was just like, oh, okay, I'm done here. What else do I want to do? And I was like, I guess I could do a stream if MG isn't doing one. I was like, yeah, but then I'm only going to stream for like an hour. So I worked on some other like stuff that I'm working on in the background, trying to get something put together. So I did that.
Yeah, I got to
That was
get mine done for Mo and I and do a
yeah,
thumbnail and whatnot. And
you should.
I'm excited. I'm excited for that. It's gonna
It
be
is
fun.
exciting. Oh, that was the other thing I worked on was some thumbnails for like gaming streams and stuff like that. It was like,
Right.
because
Good.
I found that having an easy thumbnail to pull up there and just throw up is much better instead of trying to create a new thumbnail each time. And that way I can just throw it up there and say, here,
It's
game.
8 o'clock Eastern time right now, Twoodley.
Yeah, 8:10. 8:10. Must be way early there for you guys. It's 1 p.m. there. Yeah. Yeah. And see, I could easily do if I wasn't working, I could do really long streams, in the mornings, my mornings, and then do like very a little bit less at night.
Right.
Because there is a nice time to be doing that. You just pull it up and you can catch like a lot of your Australian viewers and European and stuff like that early in the morning.
Right.
But I just do this because I find getting my brain working in the morning helps me through the day, and then that workout really helps out, and hopefully I can drop some poundage here because I'm starting to get a little fat around the waist. trying to drop that stuff. I wasn't sure if it was a 5 or 6 hour difference. It's like what 16-hour difference or something like that.
I
Crazy.
I always I think it's I add 2 hours and then do it the other. Would you?
Something like
What
that.
does
I don't know.
work?
I'm bad at
No,
it's
it's
math,
different.
and I suck at
Well, I
math.
don't. Where's Toodley at?
Australia.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure Australia. If not, then Europe. A shutdown looms. Congress leaders ready to stopgap bill to extend government funding to March. Yeah. I see. I'm not finding anything really.
So am I, Toodley. I love it. Like, it's perfect for me because
Okay.
I miss all of the day streams, but this is perfect because I can get off work and I'm never tired when I get home, of course.
Well, I
And but
guess it,
nobody starts streaming until like 9 o'clock, and that's kind of when I start getting ready to wind down. So I love this time slot.
I and I'll always say this. I enjoyed my trip to England with the wife. I mean, we had a great time. See, we did England and Scotland, and what was that? That was 2019. Yeah, 2019. So whatever year they shut down Big Ben to do the work on it. So we landed in Heathrow, and the wife wanted to do a week. We did the British Museum, the big one. There's a name for it, but we did the British Museum. We actually had archaeologists that flew in from Egypt that day that gave us a private tour, which was really cool. I mean, there was a lot of things that my wife was very specific that she wanted to see, um, and she enjoyed it. So, you know, a week in England, we both agreed we wanted to do like about 4 days less than we did in London. And we loved it out like in the country. It was awesome. The people were really cool. We stayed at a couple of different places. I think we spent one night in a castle, and I think that was in Scotland because she was just like,
Very cool.
I want to be a princess for the day. So yeah, the British
That's
Museum
cool.
is really. I would suggest if you do go to England, go get a freaking private tour, not with one of those tour groups, but get a private tour. It costs a little bit more, but you get so much more out of it. Especially if they know what you're want to look at. Even if you don't know what you want to look at, they can point you in the right direction. Like if you want to learn about like the Rosetta Stone and things like that. That's like the kind of stuff that interested my wife.
Right.
Also, she was studying like Roman history, that kind of thing. So in school, in college, that was her first thing, was like that kind of history, English major, bullshit. So for her, she got a lot out of it, but I had a great time anyway. Like, because they have a lot of things that they've stolen from other countries. So we got to see all that stuff. And
My niece,
even he said that. He was just like, yeah, I mean, the
right.
reason why England has this is because England isn't really good at creating these things, but they're really good at stealing them from other countries that do. So
Nice. My niece and her daughter went over to Ireland, well, probably about 10 years ago now, and man, looks gorgeous over there.
yeah, the National Portrait Gallery and Trafalgar. Do not, whatever you do, and I will tell anybody that goes to England, don't do the Jack the Ripper tour. It's bullshit. Don't do it. It's not at all.
Yeah, I think maybe you told us about it before. Like nothing is there anymore, like what the tour is. So
Right.
they just say, well, this is what happened here.
If you want to go see something really cool, go down to like the old area where the French Huguenots sort of settled in England. As there was issues going on in France at the time, so they ended up in England. That area is really, really pretty, and it's got a lot of history. So there's really cool places in London to go check out.
We need somebody from over there to start streaming and teach us all about it, like Baker does with Denmark and Nick does with Sweden.
I mean, we went just all over the place, and then we flew out of and I drove most of the time that we were in England. Like we took a train outside of London because I was just like, London looks like it's pretty crowded. Let's just set it up where I don't have to drive out of London. We could go pick up a car wherever and I can drive. And then we went back into London and
It is a hint.
we took a jumper flight to Edinburgh is where we landed. And then we flew out of Glasgow, Scotland, which we spent no time in Glasgow. It was fun. Maybe my trip I'll fly us.
There you go, Baker.
Baker, good to see you. Pay my trip and I'll fly to the US and stream about it. There you go. Yeah, UK. I shit, pay for my trip. I'd do the same damn thing.
Right.
Plus my salary that I make. That's going to be a lot. Yes, I know. I told you about it before.
That's going to be a really big grift stream.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's going to be huge.
Good morning, Baker. Again.
Good morning, Baker. Again. Well, and it's interesting that Sarah Boone isn't happening again. Should we just
Right.
name it a boondoggle?
I'm curious if does she have a new judge, Baker?
Yeah. I don't know. Does she have a new judge? Yep. Everyone thinks
I'm
the
thinking
London
it
is the
might-
be all end all, but you need to drive out to the countryside. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The countryside in England is beautiful. Like the Cotswolds. There's that French.
Okay.
Cotswolds.
I couldn't
always
see
forget.
what you were streaming. I was just listening this morning. Sorry, Shizzy.
Oh, no, don't worry about it. So
Mm.
of course we got this coming in on the tails of the Iowa caucus, of course. I hate this stuff because it's such BS, but I have to show it. And it's just because this person can't shut their cake hole and they just are a shit stir. So I have to bring it up. Let's see. New York,
Yeah.
less than a year
Big
after
thing.
after convincing a jury that former President Donald J. Trump sexually abused her decades ago, Jean Carroll is set to take the stand again to describe how his verbal attacks attacked her after she came forward. Just like, woman, you're just doing that. They're trying everything they can to get rid of this guy. Carroll is set to testify Wednesday in a second federal trial over her claims against Trump, who denies them all. But the first jury found that Trump abused her in the 90s. How did they find her? And you know what this was? New York made it where you could go back in time because the statute of limitations had already gone on this and make shit up now. So I haven't been to New York in like a long time, but somebody could claim something on me. I was there for like a day, hung out with a buddy of mine, and we walked around different parts of New York and then got back on a ship and headed down to Florida. Never met anybody except for the person I was hanging out with, which was a dude. But imagine somebody just making up some shit and saying that you did it. And you've got no way of going up against it because they don't need any proof to file a claim.
It's
That's
not
all it
great
is.
if you hit Baker.
Well, it only is. Trump, who is juggling court appearances with campaign stops as he leads the Republican field. Can you imagine you're balancing all this stuff? You got all these balls in the air and you're able to, at his age, still be able to go in, do a speech and move the fuck on.
Right.
I only touched you where you like it. You know you like it.
You also liked it, Baldo. Don't
Yes.
lie.
I know Baldo always likes it. Baldo just has a thing for
Yeah, there we go.
the touchy.
That's what we thought.
So there's that. So you'll hear more about Trump being, a horrible person and doing more horrible things, and he's orange, he's bad, So that's where we go this on these wonderful days of, the Trump derangement syndrome. It's like, guys, just stop. Let him burn himself. If he's gonna talk crap, just let him burn himself. They haven't figured this out yet. Because the more that they go at him, I think what was it, the MSNBC, they couldn't keep his name out of their mouth. It was like every single thing they talked about. Well, Trump horrible, Trump bad, Trump did this,
Yeah.
Trump horrible. It's like you realize you're giving him all kinds of airtime. If you want to take the wind out of a man's sails, all you got to do is not talk about him. Like, don't even mention
The
it.
more they hate him, the more I like him.
Yeah. And I don't care. That's the thing. I really don't care. I mean, when it comes down to it, does it really matter? Does it make it, is him going to make any difference in my life whatsoever? No.
Oh my baker.
I just love it. Couldn't keep New York out of his mouth. Yep. You are a dirty, 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 dirty man.
Nice.
Nice.
If you click on my channel, you'll see some of the videos I've done. One is the Faces Reunion concert. Oh, that would have been awesome. Other walk around a castle with a moat. Yeah, we did quite a few castles around the country, or around England, and we drove a lot of places. You know, one thing that I did want to do, which I wasn't able to, only because our travel coordinator, whatever, my wife, because of busy, not being able to do, like, set things up. She like had an idea of things she wanted to do and where she wanted to be, but then sort of left it open. We just got one of her friends that she worked with does like travel stuff. You know, like sets up like really good travel plans.
Oh.
What I wanted to do was take a train out of England into Scotland and just do a long train ride for a couple of days, and just, you know, sort of have like a sleeper car and all that kind of stuff. And she was just like, oh, you don't want to do that, it's gonna be horrible, horrible, rotten. And I wish we would have done it, you know. So
Right. Thanks, Chidley. I subbed to your page, so
absolutely.
I can find it.
Oh, thank you. Because I got all distracted with my rambling, of course. That's what I do. I was getting ready to go over there too. Give me a second so I can do that. And sub to it, because I like really cool stuff.
Matthew.
And let's see, we're gonna doggone it. I'm not able to. Not from my end. I'm not able to go to it. Maybe I can do it here. We'll see.
Oh, her page.
Yeah, give me a second. There we go. Go to channel. I see. I can't do it from the thing. There we go. So now you have another subscriber.
There's Chidley's page.
Bishop's Pastors in Wells, Somerset. Oh, nice. Faces Reunion. That would be very cool. And I'm gonna. Oh yeah, this is. Do you mind if I play it, Tiddly? Yeah, Tiddly. I'm gonna play this. And full screen share. Yeah, see, nice little castle.
Don't tell Maddie, but I'm on my third cup of coffee.
Oh, look at the moat. That's really, really cool. So, you know, if the castle wasn't there and a lot of these buildings weren't there, just sort of the layout could look like any place in the United States. I like the architecture though. That looks like I know that tree. Looks like damn it, I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, nice little castle. Like we went to was the Rosalind Castle or whatever. Rosalind Church. That one's really cool. There's like, yeah, go ahead. Okay, cool. The whole town is gorgeous. YouTube pissing me off. My links don't show for me as linkable until I refresh.
Yeah, mine are doing the same thing.
Farrell, you need a spanking. That's what Judge Maddie says. Chestnut tree. Thank you. Damn it.
Let's go.
Well, yeah, this is pretty. I love it. I love it. I like the old architecture, the old buildings. Yeah, and you can see the windows where they used to throw the poop out. That's what they you'd use the moats for a lot of times. It's just and little guard towers. Just don't go swimming in there. That's no fun. Don't feed the ducks. You can like eat the ducks, but don't feed them. Those birds don't exist. Ducks are dangerous creatures. They have like corkscrew penises.
Yes, they do.
Got some little carp in there. Now you would think that the ducks would be over there like chowing down on those fishes. They want them to get bigger. Yeah, no illegals crossing there.
Oh,
I guarantee you that they do. Well, I'm trying to think where it was. If it was in Scotland, I'm pretty sure it was in England where they had, or was it France? Yeah, see, we do so much traveling. I can't remember all of the places, but there's one where they have, and it might be the river in England. I'm trying to think what the name of it is. Where and they
you
have
didn't know that,
houseboats.
Eris? They do. That's why it's dangerous to keep them with chickens. They will kill a chicken.
Yep, they will corkscrew them.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's creepy. So what? Like Button said, it was their one and only. Thames, thank you. Thames, yes. I think it's pretty much on the River Thames. They have like houseboats and little like whole people like living in like a town kind of thing. It's just all houseboats along the Thames. But I could be wrong. Thanks to Valhalla, but I didn't need to know it. I know. Thames. Yes, I know it. Thames. Thames. This Thames. I say Thames, whatever. I don't care. I don't live in England. It doesn't matter to me if I mispronounce it. Thames, yeah. That looks really nice. Look at that. All the places that they would have cannons where they could just fire at people as they were walking their dogs. Could you imagine that back in the 1700s, just lobbing stuff at people? This is where you would want to have like
Pretty.
sniper rifles and stuff up there.
You uncultured swine.
That's me, Thames. Not Thames. Yes, I'm uncultured. I do it all the time. That made it's wide. Yeah, the moat is wide. Yeah, it is. It is pretty damn
You're right,
wide.
KLI.
Lobbing stuff like poo out the windows. Yeah, that's what they would do. And some whenever these like one of the things that they would do whenever castles were being invaded is they would lob like the carcasses of like cows and stuff like that to ruin like the water supply and like how you get rid of like rotting carcasses that have been lobbed into your castle, like the smell and just the
No, I
disgust.
could have gone my whole life without knowing that. Thanks.
1887. Wow, that poor tree. It's just starving for attention. So I wonder, is it snowing in London right now? You burn them? What? Yeah, that only goes so far. Whenever you get like a whole herd of cattle like lobbed in there, like they also, whenever they were doing marches through towns, they would just burn like all of the crops because those crops would be used to, feed the castle. And if you destroy all of that, then there's no crops going to the castle. I need to stop. I don't feel bad. I mispronounce Severville with the expert the other night?
Isn't it Severville?
I don't know. I've got a pretty cool one here. So I'll do it. I'll do it another time. It's a mind exercise. Let's see, Genghis would lob the peasants he caught outside. It's not a job for a sniper. That's a job for CIWS. No, it's just freezing cold at the moment. No snow. Fuck. I hate the cold. I just hate the damn cold. This is
I think it's
cool.
I thought it was Severville. Don't they have like the biggest Buckies?
Sever. Is it Sever or Severe? Sevierville. See, I'm looking at it and it could be, well, I guess Sever, there would be an E at the end. Oh, look. Someone carved into a stone.
Yeah, it does. You're sometimes you buzz. It's weird. Not all the time, just sometimes.
It's more than likely it's just the way that I have things set up.
Yeah.
I think it's getting static along the line. If and when we get all of this work done, my office layout's going to change quite a bit because I'll have more space,
Right.
like floor space, where I can probably do a desk a different way and put up more monitors and all that kind of stuff where I can see certain chats. Like
Really, Maddie.
Right now I'm running 2 monitors and I probably should be running 3 or 4 monitors just so I can see what is actually going on. Like have the chat up.
All the chats everywhere.
Yeah. Well, and if these people would get their shit together and integrate it with with StreamYard or whatever streaming thing there is, and get all of the chats where you could see every single one of them, like super simple, not have to chase it around, they would get my business. Like I would cancel my subscription to all like StreamYard and all that crap if they could do one that would do them all. Like as you add it in there, it just automatically pulls up the chat because I don't have time to sit down and figure all that crap out. I'm not an engineer. I'm not an engineer, Jim. I'm just a doctor. Tightness is never overrated. No one wants a warm jar of mayonnaise. Well, some people do. But that was cool. That was very cool.
That was cool.
Meme Copium is streaming a $50,000 verbally spent for self. Oh my God, I don't know.
What is that top one? Is that a dude in a dress?
That's David Grohl.
Oh, I don't know.
Foo Fighters. Yeah.
No.
Okay. Real reason rockers can't stand Foo Fighters, David Grohl. Because he's a freaking goof. Like he's unabashedly a total goof. Blah. Name one.
Oh my Lord, damn chicken.
Name one. Oh well, I'm not naming names. Just saying, there's some people that like having like mummy wraps and crap like that. Just saying. Yep, don't have time for that. I'm a doctor, not an engineer. But I'm an engineer, not a doctor. Damn it. Sean Bird, me. I'll take a warm jar of mayonnaise every now and then. See? I was trying to save you, Baldo Gagger, but you know.
I know, Eris.
Y'all are nasty. Y'all are nasty, nasty, nasty. Well, I mean, what can I say? What can I say? Sometimes it happens. Sometimes you just got to be nasty. That's me. That's me. On a good day. On a good day, I'm nasty. Let me see what we got here. Customize. And you know what? I forgot to do that this morning. Sorry, everyone. I'll save on that. I forgot to take away the live reactions. Looking for where I'm sending.
Sucker.
I know, and I wish it just automatically not show up.
Yeah, you should be able to put it on. Same with live chat and top chat. Make it automatically live chat, and if people are weak, they can turn it on top chat.
Yeah. Or just make it default. Just make it default.
Yep.
So it looks like meme is still going. So I'll forward everyone over there. Tonight, everyone, tonight will be with the lovely Jessica Reloaded. We will be streaming the depth trial, and we might end up just doing it over 2 nights. And we are skipping over all the bullshit that we've been watching over the past 4 weeks or 6 weeks or however long we've been doing it, because both
Feels like
her
forever
and
now.
I, yes, both her and I are like, fuck this. We are ready to rip our brains out of our heads and like use baseball bats or cricket bats to slap them all against the wall, because it's so damn draining to do those. And if we were doing it live, or we were doing the trial live, that's a different story, because you don't know what's coming up, but we already know what's coming up and what everybody is waiting on. They're waiting to hear Amber Heard and Dr. Schmeagol. Oh, dude.
Yeah. Is your birthday the 18th, Baker?
Oh, is
No,
it?
it's just no. Maybe it's the. I
Just
can't
doesn't
remember
give
now.
you.
Or is it
I
the
have. Ooh.
21st or something like that?
And hey, Baker, if you have a minute, jump in here in the back room afterwards. Did you tell him what I told you the other day about?
No, I just told him you needed to talk to him.
Yeah, just give it. Just
Oh, yeah.
jump in after the stream ends. We're going to be here for a couple of minutes, and you've
Just
got a
one
link
minute.
over there on the other side.
I don't know
I,
why I thought the 18th was this weekend and not tomorrow. Baker is doing a drama stream on the 21st.
oh, nice. 21st. I love it.
Yeah, we're gonna air
Streaming.
some shit out.
I love it. I love it. I love airing things out. I mean, especially whenever you have like emus in Australia that are like running away. And I think that, we get enough emus in Australia, not in Australia, but in Alabama. Emus in Alabama. That was our topic this morning. And how
Yeah, I
to
heard.
how to rid the world of emus. It's really easy. But yeah, come over for a little bit. Just yeah, it won't take but like 5 minutes.
Baker and I
Seriously.
were born a week apart. How
I love
sweet.
that. I love that.
Only he's a little bit younger. He's turning 27 and I'm turning 29.
So and is he saying he's streaming in 12 minutes?
Yes.
Oh,
His
okay.
style, I think.
Well, if he's streaming in 12 minutes, let me edit that for him. We'll send people over there. See, I don't see it. Damn it.
I don't think it was ever a secret, Eris.
Broken Maker. Brolin. Broken. Yeah, I'm not seeing it.
Here, I'll find it.
I think Eris is showing it. Cancel. Open a new tab.
Here,
Yeah, there it is. I got it.
Oh, we found
Copy.
it? Okay.
I don't know. See, some people don't even show up for me. It's like I can't do this stuff like I'm supposed to. Edit. There we go. Paste it. There we go. And that one. And save. There we go. It'll throw everybody over to the Broken Baker. To a lemon pade. Yes, of course. And you know what else sucks? If I throw that up there, I'm not. Oh, Jesus Christ! View deleted messages and pin to. No, what the hell happened? Son of a bitch. Paste. See, if I post it up there.
Good idea, Baker.
What was that? Is he not following me on YouTube? I bring it on Saturday. And of course my sorry ass went and hid her thing. I can't pin it. See, I can't pin stuff up there. So screwed up. Like if I
Weird.
want to pin the comment, it won't let me do it. As the owner of the channel, I can't pin shit.
That's
YouTube
weird.
did some fuckery stuff where I can't pin things, but it's there, and then mine's there, of course. I can't let you be waiting a very long time for my birthday. You're a summer baby. My beef is that you think you're better than me. Well, he is better than me. I didn't say better than you. I just said better than me. Baker is better than me.
Get a better channel owner.
Yeah, this channel owner is a horrible channel owner. He's a bastard. But you guys get to see my new outro. Enjoy, and
Awesome.
we will hopefully see you guys tomorrow on the flip side of all of this, and maybe I'll see some of you guys tonight where we'll be either getting into Dr. Smeagol or
What
Amber
time
Heard.
is that at?
7 Eastern,
Okay.
7 p.m. Eastern, and we usually go
should
for
be
about
awake
4
for that.
hours or so. So we may be able to cover quite a bit, and we'll be doing it over the next couple of days. But with that, y'all have a wonderful morning. See you guys over on Baker's. Peace, y'all.